Top of the morning, y'all. Hope you're doing good. Today we're going to talk about the difference between real preachers and fake preachers. And what I'm going to say on this topic is unlike anything you are ever going to hear anywhere else. I promise you that. Since we're talking about real versus fake, do y'all know real meat when you see it? This is Backyard Butchers. All the meat in your store might be stamped product of America, but that just means it was packaged here. It's not actually a product of America at all. So at least put your mind at ease on that. BackyardButchers.com. Use code BUDDY for 20% off your order. This stuff is fantastic. All right, y'all. So by now you've heard about the mentally ill dude, probably wearing a dress, who shot up the club in Houston over the weekend. Now this club was owned by an almighty pimp we know as Joel Osteen. Now, some people call Lakewood Church a church, okay? But that's incorrect. It's a club. Matter of fact, I refer to it many times as a brothel. You know why? Because it prostitutes out Christian nature to sell books, programs, and speaking engagements all over the country to go into the pocket of one of the greatest American pimps of all time, Joel Osteen. Now, understand this. I'm not calling out Osteen today because of his imperfections. Matter of fact, you can ride around with me in the dadgum truck around Mississippi for a whole day. I bet you'll have like a list of 1,000 imperfections you can write about me. That ain't why I'm calling him out. You see, Jesus never said, come follow me and you're going to make millions. You see, the reason this guy avoids tough questions like this is because he's a politician, and politicians see people as either votes or dollar signs. Basically, his whole platform is, here's a book on how to make money. Now pay me money so that I can prove what I said is true. Y'all, sugarcoating the gospel may fill a church, but it don't get people to Christ. And during that horrible Houston hurricane that they had, when it flooded pretty much half the city and people had absolutely nowhere to go, Joel never opened up his own big old mega church so that people could go inside and take shelter. The reason? Because we just had the carpets redone. So understand this, y'all. When you hear news of this shooting, don't make the mistake of saying, well, definitely the church is under attack now. The church is under attack, but not because of what happened to Osteen. Not whatsoever, because like I said before, this whole thing is just a club. Now, he's welcome to have his best life now, as his book says, but look, now is going to be the best life that he's ever going to experience if he doesn't change his ways. Now, as for the shooting, they first reported it as a white woman, which it wasn't a woman, and it wasn't white. The dude was from El Salvador, so he's Hispanic. It's really interesting, by the way, that somebody with as much money as Joel Osteen has, the shooting gets dealt with immediately, right? Y'all notice that? But when it's a school shooting, just take your sweet time. And having Palestine written on your gun, are you kidding me? Go on over to Gaza, big boy, and see how long you can survive in Gaza as a trans, okay? You'd be stoned in about 10 minutes. Saying trans for Palestine is pretty much like saying chickens for KFC. Now for the most disturbing part, y'all, because this is in all seriousness here. When Joel responded to the shooting yesterday, I really want y'all to watch closely to his face, because he's talking about something that he says and he labels with the word devastating. This was absolutely devastating. Now, watch his face closely and tell me if I'm not crazy, that you think this guy's a psycho. Watch this.
You said it, Chief. It could have been a lot worse. Of course, we're devastated. I mean, we've been here 65 years and have somebody shooting in your church, but of course, we're devastated. Have somebody shooting in your church.
The hell's he smiling about? What the hell is he smiling about? Look, a lot of y'all on this channel have lost close friends, and they have died. A lot of y'all on this channel have lost close family members, and they've absolutely died. And I bet when you're sitting there in the hospital, like me when I've lost people that are close to me, and you're talking about something that was absolutely devastating, I bet you didn't have a big old Texas grin on your face about it. It's really one of the creepiest things I've ever seen, and I feel like I'm watching the Joker, y'all. I mean, because I don't feel like it's funny to be played while he's living in his $10 million mansion, preaching the so-called gospel. He's got a yacht, and his jet costs $90 million. $90 million. Maybe I'm just country. I will just go ahead and say that. But if you're smiling about something that is truly devastating, you want to know how we take care of that in Mississippi? All your stuff's going to be sitting at the end of the driveway. As soon as you pull in, you're going to be surrounded by about 50 men from the community, and you're going to be escorted to the train station, because that's how we take care of things down here. No doubt, Joe was absolutely thrilled by this free publicity, and now we understand that, look, this guy is not the victim. He's not a holy man, and he's a universalist. That stuff is just pure evil because you can't be a universalist. After this video, I want y'all to do something for me. I want y'all to go read Ezekiel chapter 13 if you want to see what's going to happen to people like Osteen, okay? Now, I hope he turns from it. I really do. But don't be deceived by this stuff, y'all. Money, as I always say, is a great tool, but it makes a terrible God. Y'all remember that. Be good.